All right, welcome back to Fire Up My Budget. I know it's been a while since I have made any updates. Hopefully, you've seen my other video um, with my March budget update. And so now I'm here to update you about where I'm at with my payoff journey. So I did upload a video last year, being 2025, and I was laid off. And I had originally planned to pay off all my debt in 2025, or at least I think most of it, and maybe just have one of the personal loans left. And I think I would have been able to accomplish that if things had gone as they were planned to go. Um, as it stands, I was laid off, and so I had to reserve money and hold money in case I wasn't able to find a job for a long-term period of time. So now I'm on recovery mode pretty much, trying to catch up on some things. I missed a few months of mortgage payments and I just deferred those to the end of my mortgage because that was the best thing that I could do at the time. And that worked out best for me because I wasn't going to be able to pay, you know, multiple months of mortgage up front, being that I just started working back. So all of that is deferred, and I have to catch up on some other bills that I wasn't able to pay. And, that's where I am. So I have to knock out all the rest of my debt. So at the end of December, this is what I was left with. If you look over here, total debt left to pay about $28,000. I haven't updated the January column. The only things that are going to change for the new year is that I did pay off the upgrade personal loan. Once I got a job and I had some savings off to the side that I was just reserving. Once I had a job and I got my first paycheck, I just paid that off with the savings that I had because I just wanted to get rid of it. And then the other thing is Best Buy is going to increase again. I made some purchases. One purchase is not my purchase. I purchased for someone else, and they are paying me back in installments. It's been good so far. I actually added a tab over here to keep track of the payments that they're making. And then also, my tablet died, and I can't live without my tablet. So I had to buy a new tablet, and I just bought it from Best Buy. And as per usual, I got 0% APR on that if I pay it off in 12 months. So those are due in January. So I'm going to update the spreadsheet and create um, a debt payoff year 4 tab. And yeah, I'm going to create a debt payoff year 4 tab and make all the updates because I haven't updated January and February. And I think I'll just time lapse that. So come along for the ride. All right, so I have all of my numbers for February, and that equals $23,424 that I have left to pay. I haven't filled in all of the payment and principal. I haven't filled out these three columns here. I'll do that later. I think the important thing that most people want to see is where's my balance at this point in time. So, like I said, the upgrade is gone. So I just have the Amex personal loan and the SoFi personal loan and my Chase credit card, my US Bank credit card, and Best Buy. One thing I think I need to explain is that I had about $4,000 on my Amazon card, and I had paid down my US bank. I had paid it off actually, because the 0% interest period was ending. It was ending in like August. So I just took some money and paid off the remaining balance. If we go back and look at around that time frame, so I had $2,000 in August. I paid that off. I moved the money from my Amazon over to my US bank under another 0% interest. Um, what is not working for me is I am spending too much money. I am just swiping my card. So, I mean, and that's always been my problem. That's been my problem. I need to curb um curb my spending. And while a lot of the spending is stuff that is, important, um not bills. I don't think I have many bills on there. But I do have some subscriptions. I use it to pay for my groceries and my gas and household items, and then I just, you know, put the money on my, pay my credit card when I do those. But then also, I think the most I spend is on food. That's my problem, is food. I am greedy. My child is greedy. We love to eat, and we love to eat out, and and sometimes, a lot of times I'm tired or I'm busy. And so I just eat out instead of searching through the fridge or the freezer and finding something. So I just eat out, and that's where I spend my money. Like I mentioned in my March budget video, I'm allocating $50 a week for eating out. In the grand scheme of things, once you've got two people eating out, it doesn't amount to anything. So I do attempt to look for deals or get something that's less expensive, that'll last for a couple of days or last for two meals, because going to Chick-fil-A and getting each of us a meal is $25. So I try to avoid stuff like that where, if I get one meal, or if I get each of us one meal, I'm spending $25 a pop, because that's not worth it to me. But maybe getting some pizza or even Chipotle, because you really should be splitting those bowls in half because they're like 1,200 calories in one bowl. But Chipotle, or um, we will do Caribbean food or Asian food. And, a lot of times those things can be split into at least two meals. And so I just try to be cognizant of what I'm buying with my piddly little $50 a week. Um, my plan to pay this off, I from with my tax refund, I plan on putting $3,600 on the SoFi personal loan. That's just flat out going straight there. And that'll bring this balance down by pretty much half. So it'll be down to like, I think a little less than 2,000, but around $3,000. Also, this month, I am trying to pay down my Amazon, which is about $1,200. I'm going to try and pay that. I'm paying that down because with my budget, I could allocate um, almost I think $1,000 extra that I have in my budget. Since I've paid other stuff off, I have $1,000 in my budget. So I could theoretically be putting $1,000 on debt. So for next month, I plan to, which is April, next month, which is April, I plan to take 1,000 also and put it on the SoFi. And that'll bring it down to somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500. Okay. Once it gets to that point, I need to move to US Bank. I haven't been paying the minimum to get it paid off in time for the 0% interest to end, which I believe the 0% interest ends in August. Okay. So, May, I need to start paying $1,000 to US Bank. I just need to be just put straight $1,000 there because it's $4,000 right now. And so I believe I need to pay it off by August. I have to check and see the exact date, but I need to pay it off. And I should be having a 3 paycheck month in July. And so I should be able to throw extra money at US Bank and possibly SoFi if it's not paid off at that point in time. All right. So, which would mean that the US Bank and the SoFi should be paid off by the end of August. Okay. So then that would free up that money to just roll over into um, American Express. And so in August, September timeframe, if the SoFi and the US Bank is paid off, I shouldn't say if, I should say when. When those things are paid off, I'm going to shift those payments over to the American Express, and I'm going to continue making the minimum payments here. I've just been using my side hustle money and just been putting like $60 over on that, in addition to the payments that the person is making on their particular balance. Um, and so I've just been making my minimum payments. So what I'll do is, because it's 0% interest, I will I'm just going to put all my extra money onto the Amex because that interest is 18.97. So August, September timeframe, I'm just going to throw all my extra money. I keep throwing all my extra money onto the American Express. That's the plan. And then in December, before the Best Buy 0% interest is due, I'll just pay it off. Because as it stands, if I'm paying at least $60 on this, let's do some quick math here. All right. So if I'm paying $60, okay, every month, and I haven't paid this month, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So March to November is 9. So 60 times 9 is 540. So if we do 1394, which is the current balance, minus 540, that'll give me $854. It'll be paid down more than this, the balance, because like I said, that person is also giving me $40. Um, I don't think they have that many payments left. Let's look at theirs. So they've made 5 payments, and let's see. And they've been paying me $36.95. So yeah, so they because we did theirs and we divided it by 12 months, and they were supposed to pay me $40 a month. They have made double payments. They gave me $80. They gave me $40 when we purchased the item automatically, and I made the payment. And then they started making monthly payments in January. This month they gave me an extra payment, so they're just, they've got 7 more payments left, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which would be October that they would pay it off. So let's count their money in here too. That would be 276.99. Where's my calculator? And then minus 276.99. So the balance should be somewhere around 577 by December. And then I'll just pay off the Best Buy. So going into the new year, what I expect to have is some remainder of American Express. And as much as I would love to say I will be done with my Amazon, I don't have trust in myself. I'm gonna work hard, but I know it's hard. And I also have some vacations planned but I'll try my best not to spend too much money and not to go buck wild, or maybe just budget for those vacations. But I'm going to wind up spending money. There's one vacation that I'm going on, where the hotel is going to be free because I'm using points, and the transportation is inexpensive. And so the only thing I need to pay for while I'm there is food, and I'm going to try not to buy anything. I don't need to buy anything. I don't like shopping anyway. Um I'll just be spending money on food, maybe some entrance fees if I decide to go to a museum or something like that. But that's where I am right now. I'm at 23,424 um, left to pay off, and I'm going to be attacking that aggressively this year, to the best of my ability. And I need to pay off the vast majority of this by the end of the year. That is my plan. That is my plan. So that's what I'm going to strive for. I hope you come along. I'm going to try and give monthly updates on what the what uh what my payoff amount is at the end of every month. And also, I just started using Monarch Money because I feel like it will give me a better insight into my payments, and not my payments, but my expenses and where I'm throwing away money, and also my net worth. Um, so trying to figure out how to use that. I'm still going to use these spreadsheets, especially my uh like monthly budget spreadsheet, especially the part where I'm tracking my expenses, or I'm tracking my bank account amounts in real time, and how much money, I have to spend or put here or put there. I'm tracking, I'm going to keep using these Google spreadsheets because I don't know. I just I just like them. I just I just like them. So that's what I am going to strive towards. Come along for the journey. Wish me luck. Like, share, subscribe, hype me up, whatever you want to do to support me. Keep it coming. So I'll see you next time. Bye.